Let's dive in and find out. In the labyrinthine world of cyberspace, every click leaves a trace. But with Counter-Surveil, you become the unseen. Our podcast takes you deep into the heart of hacking, where firewalls crumble and secrets unravel. From white hat heroes to shadowy code warriors, we cover the spectrum. Join us on Iron Geek, your portal to mastering the art of stealth and strategy. Discover the tools, the tricks, and the tales that define the modern hacker. Tune in and transform from a curious novice into a digital legend. This is Counter-Surveil. Unmask the unknown.
Tune into the sound waves, secrets of the dark maze, dark codes in the nighttime, information, gold lines. We're free in the spotlight, chatting through the late night. Smart contracts are lying, auditing, verifying. Counter-Surveil in my ear, security we engineer. Learn the truth, don't disappear. Counter-Surveil, we're right here. Crypto dreams and data streams. Listen close, it's closer than it seems. Fix the flaws, see through the smog. Counter-Surveil will join the blog.
Hello and welcome to the Counter-Surveil podcast. I'm one of your hosts, along here with Sledge, Altkey, and CrowdStrong. Today, Sledge is going to be talking and sharing a presentation he gave recently at work about playing both sides of the cyber war, pulling on the chain. Now, not pulling on his chain, mind you, but we're talking about cyber attack chains. Sledge, what is a cyber attack chain for those in the audience who have no idea what an attack chain is? And it's dead silence. Sledge's audio doesn't work.
You said keep it PG-13. Dude, you said keep it PG-13. We can't be talking about chains in here. It's a joke. It's a joke.
So, yeah, the idea for this episode was to go through a recent talk that I gave. And then, since I had to keep it brief to an hour, there's so much more to elaborate on. And we've got a panel of mixed backgrounds to where we can elaborate on certain topics that I bring up and go into deeper depth into certain topics. So, with that said, let's, I guess, get into it and see how it goes.
All right. So let's play your talk. I'm going to add that to the stage here.
Love that background.
Me too.
Is Introduction
Dude.
to the Cyber Kill Chain, and I call it episode
It's
one
very
because
quiet. You're going to have to
Audio.
it's just going to be
Yeah, is there a way to turn it up? I don't
Go
know.
ahead and turn it down.
Let's see.
That's as loud as it's going to go, but you said it got louder after the second slide. So
I'm reusing some old slides here.
Yeah, I turned it up at a certain
The
point.
agenda, overview definitions, a little bit of demo of some of the phases.
Nothing like doing it live, kids.
List of a bunch of the tools that we use, and then I'm going to be correlating this.
Might
kill
work,
chain
might
with
not.
The defensive portion of the
I like how it's a work presentation, but it's like lab access? Maybe.
kill chain and how that ties into
I can't wait for this episode to go on to like Spotify or iTunes or somewhere, because they're going to be like, hey, what's happening?
If anybody wants to play in my lab.
Nothing like quality.
Disclaimer, doesn't matter.
That's we're still working out the bugs.
Right,
It's
so here's
fine.
the kill chain. It was developed by Lockheed Martin.
Do
back
you
in
want
the
to
day,
cheese your way through it and
and
just
it
give the
was
talk again,
primarily a
Sledge?
one-for-one
Or I want to attack this?
translation from military attacks.
I can hear it.
And
Can you
that
not hear it?
became
Only but barely.
And
I mean, it's quiet. You just got to turn it up compared to our voices.
when it comes to cybersecurity, a lot of people notice
Okay.
that it's missing some things.
You got to send us to AFIX to fix the audio.
The MITRE ATT&CK
I'm gonna be
framework
super
came
real with
out,
you. It does feel really
and
weird
then
just
we
sitting
also
here,
have some from
not-
NIST, and then a
not
bunch of others
talking.
that
Yeah, I was going
you're
to
probably not
say,
even
give it a
aware
minute.
of. But the MITRE ATT&CK framework is used more these days than the actual quote cyber kill chain. But for this,
I feel like
for
I should be
reasons
doing
of
something
this
with my hands.
presentation, we're going to stick with
Jazz
the
hands.
traditional kill chain from Lockheed Martin. So what is it? So
At least you use Prezi
7
instead of
stages.
PowerPoint.
Got reconnaissance. Obtain as much information as possible. about
Prezi
the
is
target.
dope, man.
I also like to call
Prezi
this
is dope.
enumeration, and we'll get into that a little bit more later.
Enumeration, I like to
You
call
got
it.
weaponization.
I
Based on the
call it
information
recon. Let's
Recon.
you find about the
let's hunt them
target,
down.
say, hey, it's a Windows environment. It's an Apple.
I have an entire
environment,
like
whatever.
folder that's just hunted
Then you can,
of just
or like say
things
they're
and
using
people and stuff that I've
O365. That's when you
poked
can
around and
start
hunted down and
realizing, okay,
organizations
this is the
or
kind of
whatever.
payload I need to craft.
You know, because
And
you never know what might come in handy
kill
later.
chain from Lockheed.
They've got
calls it a
RPC
weapon.
exposed
I
to the
call it a
internet.
payload.
Hey,
And
I
then
get
from
there.
You find a delivery mechanism. And a lot of times, well, I can't spell, apparently.
Mac
A lot of times,
Mac
that's
Nothing
is-
like your
phishing,
presentation
but not
for your
always.
recruiter
We'll get into that
friends,
in a
and
little
you
bit.
can't spell on the slide deck that
And
you're
then
spelling.
mechanism.
You get your payload
Mechanism.
executed on the machine,
There we go.
and that's where
fine.
it exploits a vulnerability. And you either get code execution or
Lockheed
information
would be absolutely
from the
disappointed.
system or from a person that you're not allowed, or at least not supposed to be able to get. And that could include technical exploitation,
Enum for
or
Linux.
human exploitation.
Give me all your info about
And
who,
we'll cover that
who has
here
an
in a little
account.
bit. And then installation. This is where we start talking about getting persistence with your exploit. Let's say you have a shell. It's talking back from the victim to your computer. How do you keep it there? How do you keep it persistent? And then from here, these two
WMI.
kind of go hand in hand. Command and control.
Nobody ever checks WMI.
This basically is a way to, let's say you exploit a network and get control of everything.
I feel like I'm sitting by
And you
myself
wanna
in a
have
movie
a
theater
way
and I
to
should be
send
making fun of the
commands to
movie.
everything either all at once or one at a time.
Start throwing popcorn.
Or have your call outs,
Mm-hmm.
have jitters or whatever to avoid detection, which we'll get into that later as well.
Raphael Mudge
And
invented
then
that.
the actions on objectives.
Mm-hmm.
That could be anything from data pilferation, exfiltration, ransomware, defamation, all kinds of things.
Depends on what you want to do to your target or what your
Exactly.
But
Your
to start
point
off
is?
with, I wanted to start by talking about the defense of the kill chain. So
Ooh.
reconnaissance, like I said, you gather as much
This is the hard
information about a
part,
target as possible.
Defense is the hard part.
Yeah,
And
the defenders have to be right
This is something that I don't
100%
even
of the
really know
time.
how to
where the attackers
mitigate,
only have to be right
is
once,
limit the
and
amount
that
of publicly
sucks.
available
But
information about
reconnaissance
your
in general,
organization,
this is difficult to defend
because
against because if you want
when I
your
do social engineering
organization to be
engagements,
known, right?
I see so much
Then-
information.
Yeah,
about
how do you
companies
mitigate
to
that?
where
Yeah, you.
I could
I
use it
mean,
for malicious
it's
purposes, for, like, voice
it's the
phishing
difference in
or phishing in general.
it's business continuity, right?
And then
The
obviously
CIA
monitor
triangle is
for
important,
suspicious
but
network scans and
without
probes
business
on your
continuity, if
network.
there's no business, then there's no reason for the CIA triangle and all of the above. So, like,
Exactly.
what is the business worth if you're not well known about it, or people can't get to the information they need, or contact you or whatever?
Exactly.
But there's also something to be said about reducing the amount of services and things running that are exposed to the internet.
Oh, this is
So
this is
the less stuff that's exposed, you know.
this
the
is
better
this is I'm talking about like from an OSINT standpoint, right?
Yeah.
What kind of information you have? I can tell you that in my organization, on my organization's website, there's a number of reach out. There's a contact page, reach out page, and we get hit with all kinds of stuff all the time. In fact, I've done a number of investigations on stuff that have been sent to that were pretty sketch. Just because that's the public facing email addresses that are out there. That, you get everybody knows who CISOs are or the C-suites because they're all in front of the world or easily found. You can pick an organization and look up their CISO or their CEO or whoever with a quick Google search. AI
And then you could email the help desk, see what you get back in return, and look at their MX records and figure out some of their technology stack too.
and
Lots of
this
things
is all
you can do for OSINT.
Yep, this is all part of reconnaissance, right? It's
Yep.
not direct attack. It's just gathering information about what you are trying to attack or whatever your intentions are with a target. It doesn't have to be an organization. It could be a person or whatever.
Yeah.
Perimeter, but the caveat to that is if you were to have an alert every time your exterior network gets scanned, you'd run out of space real quick because
So there's a lot of things to be said about that too, right?
24/7
About the scanning. There's always platforms scanning all the time, Shodan and other stuff. I see that a lot.
Everybody's scanning everybody.
Yeah, there was
Bots always hitting you.
I believe it was Dual Core that once says put it on the internet and someone's going to own it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Huh? So there's in a SOC today, you see a lot of that traffic, and that's that's the importance of tuning, right? Because you'll just sit there all day, every day, just looking at alerts for scanning or the very basic of stuff. And this is why understanding, and this is more for the kids that I teach. Kids, I'm using that term colloquially. I talk about understanding your tools all the time, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about it here too. But how important it is to understand your tools, what they're doing, why they're doing it, and all of that. But don't implicitly trust them either. But if you can figure out what they're doing and why they're asking or telling you what they're trying to tell you, and can figure out that you are not susceptible or it's not whatever you're seeing is noise, you have no a lot of the scanning activity, you can divine what it is pretty quickly if you know what you're looking at. And say you've got a we'll just use Heartbleed or something. There's a vulnerability out for Heartbleed that came out a few years ago that we've all patched and nobody cares about anymore. If somebody's doing Heartbleed scanning, now that you are not susceptible to that. You've confirmed that. That's fine. You just tune that shit out. There's no reason for that. So and then that's one less thing you have to look at. But it's also very, very important to know that you've mitigated against these things before you start doing that, because you never know what will actually hit, because some admin forgot to do some patching or Vul management didn't quite catch that server, or God forbid there's another waterfall attack like there was with SolarWinds. There we go.
Kind of funny. You mentioned several buzzwords that are going to come up in the next couple slides.
It all plays into each other.
Yeah.
And also when it's vuln management, like when somebody says something is not vulnerable because of the version number, and then it comes out later that version was vulnerable, and it's like, okay, great. So the vuln scanner said it wasn't vulnerable, so we marked it as not something to worry about. Now it's
like those NPM packages that got hit the other day.
Right.
Yeah. Huh?
We're going to talk about that later.
That sandworm thing was bad.
It was a rough time. I would like to mention that I have seen, I think, 2 or 3 more of these slides, so we're cheesing this pretty hard. But I mean, if I iterate into whatever we talk about later, hey, cool. I'm glad I.
And also, train employees to be cautious. And use threat intelligence to monitor for mentions of your organizations or its employers, emotions, forums, or channels. Funny story about that. I was a threat analyst one time, and Twitter was my best source for intelligence.
Reddit,
I ended up
Twitter.
One of my clients in
lots of stuff.
A data breach that was leaked on Twitter. So, yeah. Always keep your ears to the ground.
It's not like you can hit breach forums anymore.
They took that shit down.
Not now, but I mean, a week ago.
This is where the attacker prepares an exploit with a backdoor or a payload to deliver a package, such as an email attachment, for example. I use that just because it's the best relatable example.
The real play is just to sit in all their Telegram chats and just watch them. And it feels like every time it feels like a
snail mail
4chan in 2006.
Look official.
It's a
telling
wild
people to go to a URL.
Dude.
And they go to it, and boom, they're popped. You just got to get creative. But to mitigate this, obviously, patch management is very crucial.
Yep.
The non-techies out there, they're probably like they get popped. What does that mean?
Exploited, compromised.
The
Yeah,
only
there are going to be a
caveat
couple things here that
SBOM attacks
we'll want to
and stuff like that, which we'll get into. And behavior
define.
analysis.
Thank you.
Yeah, security is like sex. Once you're penetrated, you're fucked.
Endpoint detection response.
That's it.
Is very
Language.
So I thought we were keeping this PG-13, Sledge.
Hey, PG-13 gets 1.
Which we'll get
So
into
I had
that.
mine earlier. Okay. I was wondering why everyone's glaring at me.
Okay, so we got 2. So I guess Havoc and I got 1 too. Hey, good. We'll wait for it.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, cool. I'll take that.
Look
Excellent.
at these transitions he's
So-
got going.
Once the payload
Right.
gets to the target, however way it gets there, it gets there.
Emails.
In this case,
drive-by
EEC.
download. Watering hole attacks. Oh God, there are lots of them.
Yeah, there's so many ways.
They scanned for something you were vulnerable for.
Our
Most common is
countermeasures.net
EEC.
site. The site we have right now, the Rickroll thing for our site right now. I was talking to one of our mutual friends about a drive-by download attack he has about putting that on there, but we decided, nah, that'd be bad.
Don't make that. Don't do that. We want that to
Say-
be a place of learning and of
work on, and it
good,
blocks it. So I was like, okay, fine.
and maybe an Easter
And
egg or
web
two.
filtering. This is kind of
Web
like what
filtering.
Symantec is doing. Say if I go to GitHub.com right
You
now,
know who can't do that?
our web filtering blocks that because
Proofpoint.
it knows there's potentially malicious
Yeah.
stuff on there.
Proofpoint does a
And then obviously
terrible
security
job of
awareness,
this.
awareness
Security awareness training is only
Educate
so
employees and
useful.
report phishing attacks.
Is only so effective.
And what's up with Proofpoint's UI to their email stuff? Like, it's like
you're gonna
30 years old.
You're gonna make me use my F-bomb. Let's not talk about this.
Let's
They're
talk
not
about
worth
how
it, I promise.
Proofpoint is like they're decent at catching emails, right? But outside of that, when you have to administer that, it is like torture.
No, they're not even good at
So,
catching emails anymore,
An
man.
example of phishing, we've
Security
all
awareness training. Back to my original intent for
seen and
that
gone through
statement.
it.
It's only so useful these days, and I don't think it's nearly as effective as it probably could be. But also, there more and more companies, or I guess less and less companies, are giving teeth to it. I've seen companies that will terminate an employee for failing X number of those tests, but nowadays it doesn't seem like anybody really cares that much, and there's no negative reinforcement to security training. And I mean, like back in the day, I used to go and throw Swedish fish at folks in October. I always have trouble on October 1st because I don't know if I should be secure, cyber secure or spooky, because I love them both. But it's not as effective as it used to be, or if it ever was that effective, I guess, because I got 60% of my old organization with a cat picture. I can't make this up.
You've
So-
actually seen people get fired for failing those? I've seen people like fail 3 and then they get like put on like a slap on the wrist and just keep taking it over and over again.
I've seen 2 people in my career get fired over that.
We had an
But
issue with
it
false
is-
clicks at my last org where it would automatically click them like through the email program that was supposed to do
when it's doing
defensive checking
scanning.
the links.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's a
remember-
big problem.
the CISO chews out the entire security team for failing a phishing assessment that he himself failed as well, only for it to come out that it was auto-linked. It was auto-clicked from like a Microsoft IP address.
Yeah,
So,
I gotcha. So it was doing scanning or whatever. It was doing its automated tool thing, and yeah, good stuff. Love that. Yeah, that's something that should be
Auto-detonate.
filtered out. Yeah, that should be filtered out of your firewall rules there, or your email filter rules. Go on.
all right.
Just
moving on.
any, bro. Let it go.
Now, exploitation. This is
This fun
when
part.
it gets interesting. When the payload executes and actually makes the callback out to the attacker. This
Mhm.
is where endpoint detection becomes really, really important.
Yep, that's true.
Which we're going to get into this in more detail here in a minute.
If your EDR catches it or if it
IPS
doesn't catch it,
systems,
both of these things are important to know.
they use signature based, or they are signature based. So they're looking
Heuristic
for signatures
analysis.
in real time to block network connections based off of blacklisted IPs.
I wanted to talk more about
or
defense
any
in depth, but I didn't have time.
obviously specific
I
traffic
figure that's
that
what this
may
this
have,
episode's for. You just
signatures
wanting
written
to
for.
to
And
flex.
you could actually contribute to some of these
That's fine.
threat
That's
lists.
whatever.
I have myself. Application whitelisting is usually the best way to go as well.
Yep.
To make sure
Nobody
that
ever
websites
uses
are allowed
that. You know what a
certain
pain in the
tabs
ass
are
it is to
only
set
allowed
up
to do certain
application
things.
whitelisting?
Because
Best
sometimes
practice
that
and
blacklist
actual
approach
in practice
causes
are
a
two
lot
different
of false
things. Remember this?
positives and say QRadar or whatever.
That's the struggle. Best
My
practice.
point was, though, is if you try to blacklist
Now,
everything, you're going to have
again, we're going to be talking about EDR here.
false positives for days.
This is
Yep.
when it actually
It's like playing a game of
executes
whack-a-mole.
on the target machine.
Yep.
Okay, so
But
we
one
have
defensive
passed
mechanism
EDR
is
and
zero
have
trust, and
successfully
then we could also
compromised a machine.
have a whole other conversation about defense in depth and all that.
This is when things get
But
bad.
EDR is
Or
huge.
good if you're the bad
When
guy.
deployed correctly,
Well, from the
every analyst should be able
blue
to
team
log
side,
into
this
any
is bad
computer
times.
and see
But yes, you are
any
correct.
parent
On
process
the
right
other side,
here
this is
and all
exactly
the
what you want
child
to happen.
processes and all the processes
So hopefully
that they set
CrowdStrike
up
won't kill your shit.
to see what's going on.
CrowdStrike.
And that is normally
Or whatever.
tied back
CrowdStrike's the
into a
thing that
SIG,
kills it.
which triggers the
Um,
initial alert.
CrowdStrike needs its own
causing you to log
EDR
in
at
your
this
EDR
point.
Yeah, there you go. That's
and do
it.
further investigation.
So
And then from
the
here,
thing about it is I've
it
seen
just
a number of
depends on the
times now where
situation
CrowdStrike
because
will stop
you can
an
isolate
initial
that
attempt
machine from the network.
and miss a child process that is
Or
spawned off
you could
that
just
still
disconnect it from
compromises
the
the
network.
machine. Which
I
again,
usually
I
like
can't
to
stress
isolate
enough.
it from the network, so
Don't
you could
immediately
Just
trust
use-
That's what I talk about here.
Good
is
old
sometimes
suspend
you have to write
process.
your own
and then you
signatures.
could write signatures based on that
Yeah.
behavior.
Good
Or
old
you could
suspend
do
process,
what's
though.
called threat hunting and
Yep.
look for it in any
Dumping
of
into
your
Werfault.
other machines.
Yeah,
And then
that too.
obviously-
Yeah, where fault.
Least privilege,
Yep.
access
I'm
for
the least
everything.
privileged. Don't give your CISO admin rights. Stop it.
CISO has domain admin.
And the command and control.
Stop.
This is kind of interesting
Quit it.
because
I'm fighting that
if
now.
you do a C2
Not my
from an
main
attacker's
org,
point
but
of
the
view, if you do it right, you'll never get caught.
nonprofit. Quit it.
Some of the best ways to prevent it is obviously network segmentation. When we're doing pen
Network
tests for
segmentation.
like PCI compliance, there's got to be
PCI is
segmentation
payment card
everywhere. We
industry,
do
so
segmentation
your
tests all day.
credit card. There are a certain
And
set of
that
rules that
comes
you have
down
to
to
follow when you're
firewalls and
dealing with credit
proxies
card
as well.
information or other data like that. So PCI.
Payment card
Yeah, so
industry
where your
standards.
credit card data is stored has to be completely segmentated off from where any transactional parameters, processes, or whatever are happening. So web app separate from database, there's got to be segmentation between
Separate
all of that.
network segmentation too. You know,
There's
can't be
a
on the
lot more
same network
nuance to
segment.
PCI, but yes, that's in a nutshell. Good. Yes.
Yeah, that's the TLDR.
If it's
But not
if
everybody
it's
knows
keeping
what-
credit card data, it can't be doing all that nasty web facing stuff.
But the main point of these pictures here is behavioral analytics.
Looks like a
Most
heartbeat.
of our detection tools
It does
are
look like a
looking
heartbeat.
for an open connection.
Hold on, pause it.
Outbound. To
You know, you
someone.
could pause it too.
So it's not on the recording, but after this, somebody asked me what I meant by the term jitter. And I said, think of it as an arithmetic heartbeat. It's not steady. So it's random intervals pulsating out. But anyways, carry on.
Random IP. To get for an attacker to get around that,
It's Cobalt Strike.
usually deploy,
Jitter.
Yep.
let's say, 100 different random IPs in
Raphael Mudge.
AWS or something. But still, you would see open connections. So what we do is what's called beacons.
Yeah, you'll see.
And
Also
that could
Cobalt
be
Strike.
One command.
Well,
once
you'll see a
day,
lot of
once an
the
hour,
stuff
or whatever.
now, unless you have like a
But
really
then let's say we're
sophisticated
trying to
threat.
exfil-
you can
exfiltrate a bunch of
pretty
data.
much time it
And that's where
per
we
X number of
introduce
minutes
an
or X
idea
number of
called
hours
jitter.
or on the hour or
open,
whatever when
close,
a C2
open,
is calling
close,
out.
open, close.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's Rita
It's the
from
key stream.
John
So
Strand
it's really
does
hard
the
to detect
statistical
unless you're really
analysis,
looking for it.
and it shows you when the jitter is going to happen based
Oh.
on like formula of known variables of.
I've been doing this so long I can just look
Yeah,
at it.
what
and
do you
tell
know? You know. What do you don't? You don't. Like if you're creating one from scratch and there's no signatures for it,
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle.
Sure, and that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you got a lot of PCAP data to go through. If you don't have like a decent sim to sort it through,
But
that thing will
again,
take like PCAP.
you've got to think about 90%. I'd say 94% of who is doing all of the attacking and the scanning and everything else is a bunch of script kiddies, people who aren't that kind of advanced threat actor, right? Depending on the target, mind you, that's worth mentioning.
Yeah, but you feel like you're triaging a mod pa shop. They're not going to have a sim,
Yeah, sure. That's a fair assessment, but still,
That's why they should hire one of us as an MSSP.
there you go. That's it. Isn't there a Desert Rain security for that or something like that?
There may or may not be.
Pretty sure there is. But no, when you're talking about people who would be, I mean, that mom and pop shop's probably not going to know any of this is going on. They've got a Synology device that's hooked up to the internet that they can just get to from anywhere. And well, good luck, kids.
Yeah, hold on.
Like,
Speaking of mom and pop shops, back to my other slide earlier, that was my dad. His boss clicked on a malicious PDF and malwared their whole freaking company.
Great, good.
Or ransomwared it, and they don't know what the
like
hell to do.
Father like son.
Hey, I at least do it in a virtual machine.
Right? Yeah. We've got forensics devices for that.
At least use a decent sandbox.
I mean that too, but forensics when I can rip it apart, I have a lot more fun. But yeah, thinking about your threat, what is your actual threat landscape, right? And I think that's backing up a little bit. That's the thing. Mom and pop, unless they've got nuclear launch codes or something, which they're probably not going to be hit like this. It's just going to get hit by the stuff that's scanning the internet all the time, right?
Just the random nonsense.
Massive organizations like give me a really big one. We were talking about PCI.
IBM.
Well, sure, IBM or Wells Fargo or somewhere like that. They're going to be like watching all of this and really paying attention to most of this and catching these things that somebody's actually trying to get that data from them. Or Red Hat. Red Hat just got hit. They'll Sony.
Good.
They got
Red Hat.
Wells Fargo had an
chill.
Wells Fargo, I think, had an open S3 bucket with a bunch of customer data in it not too long ago. So it was like, watch a little bit better.
Lol, Wells Fargo. Lol. Everyone in this chat knows why lol.
So, yeah, they're watching these things. They have the money and the time and the manpower to watch stuff like this. So again, but that's their threat landscape, right? That's relevant to them too.
And I just saw a thing that some people are in. It's called, I guess you'd call it satellite hacking, but a lot of people found some satellite signals that were unencrypted and found a bunch of T-Mobile subscriber data.
Oh yeah,
these satellites.
That's all Starlink now.
Yeah.
So
it's just sitting there on old satellites. I'm just sitting there like, what?
I believe it. Hello, friendo. Good to have you.
Nice to see you, friendo. Did you guys follow that thing with Smelly from VX Underground, where he reverse engineered malware that was in Steam that was specifically used to target this cancer guy who had gotten like $40,000 in cancer donations?
Oh, and they stole his crypto or whatever? They stole his money?
They stole his money. They stole his donation money.
Yeah.
And then Smelly was able to find out who the guy was, and they stick dice on him.
Honestly,
pretty cool.
Based.
Yeah.
What weaponizing the The police.
Yeah, the guy was turned out to be an immigrant, and the local police didn't want to take on a cyber case because they don't have the capability. So
They
were
don't know.
and then some other dude donated it back, like the amount of money that was lost, which was pretty neat.
Oh yeah,
Also
I heard that.
unfathomably
Yeah.
based, honestly. I heard about that. Actions on
Now,
objective. This
actions
is
on
when you've
objective.
actually
Oh,
done
this
the
is
thing.
what I was talking
This
about.
comes down to a lot of
This
different
is my
things.
dad's
So data
company
loss
actually
is
getting
a huge
ransomware. That's the
problem.
picture
Like,
he
they
sent
steal all
me.
your secrets,
Oh no.
all your IP.
What's up? What's on his
Whatever.
what's
And
under his
obviously, have
monitor
incident
there?
response plan and regular backup.
I don't know. Probably his
Chicken wing?
lunch.
Some goals of
That's the new
attackers
thing.
are like trying to find your
It looks like we
credentials,
all like
destruction,
duckies. I understand where
file
Sledge's
Oh,
rubber ducky
okay.
This
fascination
picture right
comes from
here
now.
is actually
Well,
was sent to
technically,
me
this is
from
his
my
boss's
dad
computer. He
3
doesn't have
days
a
ago.
computer. He's a welder.
He works at
You heard it here. Bosses like
airplane
duckies.
manufacturing
Want to
company.
be a
Sledge?
boss? Like a
Right.
ducky.
So like
That's right.
small airplanes, single man airplanes, and his boss.
I love him. He's a
opened
little
up
pirate.
PDF, and boom, everything's ransomware. So don't click
And this
on
was
random
rocking a
things.
Modelo and an AK. You know. Duckies.
And just because Anthony brought a configuration would be the net flows. We would have ingesters from all the switches, all the routers,
Oh, good old
all the
QRadar.
endpoints, the firewalls.
Is this your
Every node
topology?
goes into QRadar to be correlated. And then from
This is his
there,
home network's
it generates
topology.
logs. So when you
Well, I'm
click on a
trying to
log
explain
or an
how
alert,
to use
rather,
QRadar. If you pause
can
for a
dig
second.
through and follow the process.
Sure. What I'm
as to
asking
where it
is,
came from.
did you just topology yourself?
No, I'm trying to explain how to use QRadar correctly because a lot of companies I've seen, they only use QRadar to specifically monitor, let's say, an example, just web server logs, and that's it. They don't correlate anything with anything.
Okay.
And they don't do
And that's why I'm
the right
trying to
networking,
explain
right?
this.
Okay. All right.
They
They
have
have
no
everything
log
natted.
ingesters. Yeah, no log ingesters anywhere. All it is just, hey, I got a log from this web server. Somebody failed to log in. Got an alert.
Everything
Let's-
from the internet looks like it's from the same IP address.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, guys, you're doing it wrong. What the hell?
Wow. That ain't great, Chief.
Anyways,
Every
carry
local
on.
network device is the
From
same
what it's
IP as
doing,
well.
where it's going, etc.
Again, best practice and end practice are two different things.
All right, now the cool stuff. Now, for weaponization, this is some of the fun parts, which I actually have a demonstration of. So this is where
This feels
you
like
pair an attack
more
with a payload.
probably alt keys place to step
So-
in.
As
In the
Sledge tries to
demonstration I'm
figure
about
out the
to
command
show,
line syntax
basically,
to
I
catch
know
a
what
shell.
the attack is, and we're gonna be doing
Have you
a
tried
bind
just putting your
shell,
hands
not
in
a
the
bind
air
shell.
and grabbing the shell? No.
And the difference being is a bind shell.
It usually
has to
works.
pop through the
They call them
firewall
seashells because you find them by the
A
ocean.
reverse shell
Echo
has a
root.
target called outbound attack machine. So the firewall just
All joking aside, if I get nervous when I'm presenting,
And
my commands are all
reason
over
why
the
I
place.
say
Like,
pair
demo
attack
gods
to
just
the
sacrifice
payload
you
is
sometimes.
Certain exploits in certain situations require certain payloads.
This is why
Let's
we have
say it's-
video to fall back on when it doesn't go right.
Yeah,
An
to be
Apple
fair,
computer
I was
running
having a hard time
Python.
getting my lab to
You need
cooperate, so I
something that runs
pre-recorded this.
Python. In our case,
That's what's up.
for this
That's the move.
example, it's
Always
running
pre-record.
Windows,
Don't
so
let the
it could be
demo gods try you.
May the demo
So
gods
I don't
ever
have
not
enough-
be in your favor.
I don't have enough kittens to sacrifice. I only have 2.
So now
Uh,
we have a recording and a recording.
we're got to sacrifice
Wow,
Harleys over here.
We've incepted.
So what we're doing here is
Oh, like how
identifying the
that's
host for
not
open
small and
ports.
unreadable in any way, shape, or form.
And don't
Right,
worry,
totally
pause
not.
the recording in between scenes so it doesn't take forever.
Ew.
Man, I even tried to zoom in.
Broadcom.
Did
Can
you
we
not
zoom in on
install the
stream?
driver? Did you not install your driver in Kali Linux so that you could?
The
No,
Resize
you
your
can.
stream?
I did zoom in. Can we zoom in on the stream?
And in this case,
most
I mean-
important thing here.
I see an
The most
old
important thing
version
here
of
is
SMB
you
radio,
Broadcom.
which if anybody was around when Eternal Blue dropped back in the day from Shadow Brokers,
That's
That
the
was
best
Eternal
hack
Blue,
ever.
yeah.
that was a huge deal, man. That was like 9/11 to me. I remember where I was when that dropped.
That was
yeah,
Steve's
That
time.
was the biggest hack ever, man. That's when everybody knew that there was never going to be a safe computer ever again.
Wait, there was ever a safe computer?
Yeah, no, what?
It was fun. I was gonna pin test that.
Who are these
We
people
tried it
talking
out.
in my stream?
Yeah, how
Man,
did we get other voices? What
Oh
happened?
yeah,
They're from the
It's great.
past.
Everything
You're the
was really
voices
good.
of Sledge's
You remember
past.
back in the day,
They're
people
ghosts
would
in the
put
wire.
SMB die.
Ghost
Sledge
in the Wire.
uses
They're not
the
very
SMB
quiet.
script in Nmap.
Vaguely, yeah.
Love it.
And so right here, I'm seeing that, yeah, it's vulnerable.
Also,
So I just
imagine
ran a
using
script in
VMware
Nmap
when you could
because
just
Nmap has a scripting
WSL
engine.
this.
Quick,
And
hit
that
it before
verified that it is
they
vulnerable
realize
to
you're there.
So now let's exploit it.
Hey, I'm proving a point,
So
not
right
actually
now,
trying
we're
to
picking
hack
the
shit.
exploit.
Nope. The audio went.
Don't worry, I'll
gone.
wait.
So I also what happened.
1710.
Sledge ran
Eternal
code. Code go burr. Shell go burr.
Now we're
Security
setting
go
the
dur. Any questions?
And since we know
Sledge is using the Eternal Blue exploit against a machine that has not been passed for
and
4
you're gonna
years.
see why
La
Metasploit is
la
so
la.
Correct.
Stalling for time.
because they have
I'm using a simple example to get a point across.
interpreter, which is
Sure.
technically called a session, because you could have thousands.
Are you using
of
damn vulnerable
logs,
Linux or something?
And Metasploit could also be used as a C2.
Actually, I tried that, and I was
But
having
we'll get
problems
into
with
that
it for some
later.
reason.
That's a shame.
Sometimes Metasploit just don't want to Metasploit.
So now
Don't
you
forget
can
to set your
Well,
L
This is
host.
why Metasploit
You don't even need
This is
to.
also what Cobalt Strike does.
You just
It's
set
a
G.
modular exploit framework, so it has a bunch of pre-built exploits, so you don't have to download and compile each one off of GitHub. You just pick one.
It's like
and
watching an
ready to go.
old school TV 4:3 resolution.
And then it
Ah,
actually handles
480p.
network connections and all that for you. And once the interpreter
Streaming
section
from my
is
Plex server the
established,
other
it
day.
even has pivoting.
Did you just set L host to
capabilities to where you can
Ethernet
pivot around
0?
the network.
I didn't know
Yes,
you could
you
do
can
that.
do
I thought
that.
you had to do it by IP.
No, today you learned you don't have to actually put your IP in.
Wow.
There's actually another shortcut to upload files without specifying a file path.
Now this is where it's doing the staging.
Teach
You
me,
can see
Grandmaster
where
Sledge.
Raw
It
buffer dump.
uploads the first part, and then it comes back and downloads the second part. Sending file.
I can't
Yep.
make that joke live.
And now we have a interpreter
PG-13. Strong. PG-13.
Life's hard,
set.
man.
A lot of stuff.
Life's
you can
hard.
do. It's a lot of fun in the live environment.
I just want cookie dough now.
He's like,
Oh. Man, I want to make that joke. Why do I have to be on my good behavior?
Oh, I just want cookie dough
no,
now.
he tried to run Who Am I? It's like, I don't know. Who
I was
are
like,
you?
crap.
Why don't you
I
tell
was
me?
like, shit, I forgot to
The neat part about
That
this
that sounds
exploit
like
was
the
it gives you
gotta
systems
go
AI
to the
bot I've been
second
trying to build here.
authority system
Who am I? I don't know.
instantly.
You're running a
And since
system.
this box is
Nice.
connected to Active Directory, there wasn't
It
anything
goes to
fun I
make
could
room
do
for the
this.
tuna.
But this is
I
kind
emptied-
of an idea of
I
what it
emptied
all
it
does.
Go
Do you
watch
do
it.
anything cool now that you got system? I mean, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I'm sure there's probably something cool you can
And
put
that
up.
doesn't
Ah,
work
hash
because
dump,
it's
yes.
not on Active Directory.
Hey, there you go. Where's responder when we
That
need it?
doesn't work because I'm already system.
It's okay.
doesn't work because
Run
this is
something
not
that
part
actually
of my
works.
Active Directory lab.
Oh, well then, yeah, it doesn't matter. Rip.
Just try to prove a point.
The point was you don't know what commands they're on after you pop a box.
Little blinks.
Hey. Well, every box is different,
So,
right?
Mhm. Every box is different, exactly.
for the delivery
Thank you.
If I had $1 every time everybody screwed up a command, I'd be a rich man.
Client side, and server side.
If I
Client
had a
side is what we're
nickel
all
for every time we
mainly
screwed this
familiar
up,
with.
I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a
Emails,
lot, but it's weird that it's
sometimes
happened
link
twice.
credentials,
Some companies
a lot
like,
of times social
yeah,
engineering,
So this
speed
this guy
test.
got system
I
on the
mean,
computer, But it's
Social
okay. He didn't know what to
engineering
do
part
after that.
really interesting. I could tell.
I
stories
mean-
about that. I
Okay,
mean,
look, entry brokers are very much a thing. They get entry and then they walk
I did a
away.
physical engagement one
Hey,
time
in that
Where's,
example, there was nothing to
where
do. And that
closed
wasn't my
business
real
cards,
lab. That
got
was just something I
into
spun
the
up real
office
quick for
building,
presentation's
and
sake.
based on some pictures I found LinkedIn, I found the CEO's
it's okay.
desk
AI
because he
bots
had the
will do
same
its thing.
picture on
Do
his
their
desk
thing.
that he had
It's
on
fine.
LinkedIn,
They're noisy.
and I plugged in a network drive.
Oh, hey, look,
using his own
Heartbleed.
iPhone drive.
Neat.
And I SSH'd into my C2 client with my phone to make sure it was calling out. Sure enough, it was calling out, and everything
Shout out
worked.
to Eternal
and we
Blue.
completely owned that company.
That was not Eternal Blue, actually.
Supply
No,
chain
I
has
just said in
been
general.
huge
Oh,
in the news lately.
Shout out to Eternal Blue.
This is where we talk about the S-bombs.
Just talking about the big ones.
Hold
Right?
on, we need to pause it for a second.
And the most notable one lately was that NPM.
Who just told you can pause
there
it
you go.
yourself? What?
Oh, I can, right? So I want to talk about that social engineering part a little bit more, where I put a network drop on that guy's, that company's network during a physical engagement. So I had a C2 network set up, and it wasn't even really a C2 framework. It was just straight SSH tunnels. So we SSH'd into the network, and we're port forwarding like Nmap and all these other scans and exploits and stuff through that. And via that, in conjunction with Evil Mate Attack, we got everybody's passwords because we already walked around and cloned everybody's cards, got everybody's.
Wait, Evil Mate on the Wi-Fi?
passwords.
Or?
Yes. So, meaning it was two of us. We both had 3 Wi-Fi cards. Each card had 2 antennas on them. Shout out to not Alpha cards. Alpha cards, screw themselves. Panda Wi-Fi all day.
Wait, Panda?
Yeah,
Panda's
look at the
good.
Panda cards.
They use the same chipset though.
I love me
so-
some pandas.
Panda
I-
is
than
way
Alpha.
better than Alpha.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge fan.
They're
I have
cheaper.
multiple. Thank you for telling me about them, actually, Sledge, because you saved my
Yeah.
butt.
But dude, we basically walked around the office building spoofing their access point, and they all logged into us thinking it was their Wi-Fi. So we got all their encryption keys and all their stuff, their passwords and everything, and we used that later on in the post-exploitation phase. So once we had access to the network, we had everybody's passwords and all that. So we're just like, boom, we're done. Let's go.
I haven't seen these before. I've been using an Alpha card for a decade.
And same with like the
Alpha
Huawei
cards are
routers.
famous for being the
They're not even
first,
allowed
but I
in
think
government
Panda's better.
facilities anymore.
There's
Well-
certainly cheaper.
Today.
Oh boy.
Yes, a quick search tells me that.
This is when the supply chain somewhere along the
Will
line.
be all right. Well, I guess
hardware
I'll.
or
I guess
software
I'll. Do you have one you recommend
gets something
specifically?
malicious pushed into it. And then
Not
a
offhand.
lot
I
of
don't know the
times
model
that
number.
software, like from
I'll.
GitHub or
I'll pester you about it
whatever,
later.
or apt repositories, anything somewhere that's just some random guy not getting paid, maintaining the software that everything else is built on.
That's
If
about
somebody
right.
finds an exploit for that, it takes down the entire castle.
Mm-hmm.
And then service side for delivery, I would consider Wi-Fi service side because you can exploit Wi-Fi and then
I
do a
wonder
lot
if I
of
can
things
use
through
that with my.
Then let's say website exploit, kind of like Heartbleed or Log4j or whatever.
Oh,
And then sometimes there's technology stack misconfiguration, like why is your S3 bucket exposed to the internet, or why are you exposing RDP to the internet, and things like that.
You paid somebody on Fiverr to set it up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So exploitation, we kind of already touched on this, but this is more about how to do the exploitation itself. So this is what we just did, the stage payload. The exploit introduced a dropper to the victim, dropper called out, and then sent the rest of the payload, and then the rest of the payload called back, and we got that session. Versus some exploits, you just completely just directly connect to it. But that's never stable because that's easier for a firewall to detect. And nowadays, technology's come a long way. So doing things like this is very complicated. Now we have to worry about obfuscation, packing it in different algorithms, memory execution versus a touching disk. Ideally, you want your exploit to only run in memory, but nowadays we have memory protections, as well as ASLR, DEP, all kinds of stuff. There are entire books written about this. It gets really complicated really quick.
Anybody have anything to say about that?
So once you get installed and everything, you
Not
want to
immediately.
establish persistence. There's a lot of ways to do it, but the
Say
Like
the front one, I just missed
memory
it.
protections and bypassing ASLR and all that.
Oh, I was paying attention to something else. I'm so sorry. I missed all of that. So don't go back on my account.
Yeah, okay.
Happy face. I was trying to answer a
DLL hijacking is ridiculously easy. You just drop it in a damn folder. I mean,
Yeah,
and then they
pretty
load the
much.
program and it works. It's the most ridiculous thing that shouldn't work. And then people they submit bug reports for programs for DLL hijacking. Like that's not something that wouldn't work on any freaking program installed on Windows Box. It's insane. Process migration. I mean, it's certainly a lot easier when you have a framework like Metasploit to take care of doing that for you. Persistence, you have a bunch of different ways that you can persist. I'm a big fan of WMI persistence because nobody ever checks there. So if you're using like the module in Metasploit, or if you're PowerShell Empire, then also you can do WMI persistence. It makes life a lot easier in terms of keeping your shell active.
RIP PowerShell Empire. Pretty sure they let that
Somebody
one go.
else has. Yeah, but there's another team that maintains a branch of it that's still fairly active.
Okay, good, cool.
my favorite method of persistence is keeping up my mental health and making sure that I check on my friends and they check on me.
My favorite
Or you
method of
just-
persistence is caffeine. It keeps me persisting.
No. It's a bad joke, but the best way to maintain persistence is you leave your load at the front door and just let it sit.
Sledge! You have two!
Sledge.
Dude!
Bro.
Hey,
Bruh.
you did it to yourself. You can't blame me on this one.
Yeah, this
But
one.
anyways, Frank
HR people of all people
So-
are watching.
So Frank gave a better explanation than I did, so I appreciate that. I was kind of fumbling through the DLL hijacking one because I was like, wait, crap, trying to remember how it works, but you explained it better than I did.
most common would be
Yeah,
migrating
make it with
to a
MSF
different
Venom.
process.
Yeah,
So in
MS
that last
Venom for sure.
example where we got that session, I could migrate that to a different process and make it look like it's running as Explorer.exe or something. Because nobody wants to kill Explorer.exe because that'll kill your computer.
Don't
Another
kill
way to
your
do it
computer.
is
Yeah,
It'll
it'll
just
just
kill that
kill
taskbar
the-
at the bottom.
DLL.
Yeah, it'll just kill your
and
shell,
have
your
something,
GUI.
Yeah, but nobody knows what to do when that happens.
Load
Crap.
your DLL.
Every
and
time.
it'll
What's
act
command
as
prompt and
that
types Explorer?
Yeah,
application.
Explorer.exe.
Yeah, nobody
Right.
knows how to do that.
If you don't have
Expect a normie
persistence,
to know
you're
that.
gonna get blocked and
I mean,
game
I
over. Your
fair.
stuff is going to be on the next
Fair.
Find an
threat
open
intel
window,
feed, and you're going to be
like file
your
menu,
exploit's going to be caught everywhere.
all files, and then navigate to it and launch it.
Now
Well,
here's a
no.
shout
Command
out
and
to
control
Moloch.
servers. A lot of things do this. Cobalt Strike has a good one, but my favorite is Sliver, because Sliver came up with the same technology that WireGuard uses right around the time. It's still debatable of who came up with it first,
Bear
but
that
a
back.
buddy of mine came up with some ideas that WireGuard uses, and he wrote this C2 server called Sliver. I would definitely Google that if you're ever interested in this stuff. But basically, it uses MTLS. It actually has a lot more protocols than this. But the key part of this is it can do beacons and beacons with jitter. It's near impossible to notice or pick up unless you're really, really looking for it. One of the coolest parts about it is it individually encrypts each single packet sent across the wire. And you can set it up to where long term, and by that I mean you send it a command maybe once a week and wait a couple days and get a response back. Be super stealthy. And you could do the same thing with data exfiltration, especially using jittering. But there are ways to find that as well. And that's where in your EDR and QRadar and stuff, you want to establish a baseline. But usually that comes down to writing your own signatures. Because I don't know of any pre-existing ones off the top of my head.
And this is where I want to talk about this note where I have saying out of band. Because if you can get an out of band network implant that's, let's say, uses a cellular network, nobody's going to know. What do you think, Ben? Would you be able to detect a random network implant that's transmitting data via GSM networks?
Well, if you have 802.1x, you wouldn't even be able to add the damn thing.
Yeah, that's depends. If it's I know that I have we've actually been building detections for it through a couple of different platforms. When anything gets connected, any kind of router switch, anything like that is connected to the network, we get alerted on it. And it's
what was it called? Network layer authentication, something like that.
NAC.
Yeah.
Network access control. Yeah.
Yes,
It's like port and NAC.
Yeah, it's all NAC. Yep. That's
NAC.
That's actually been a big project I had.
Nickelodeon.
Wow.
Careful, copyright claims.
It's fine. Let's see. One of the very first things that I hunted down, in fact, when I got to my current organization a couple of years ago, there was some traffic to some sites that we shouldn't be going to. They were Facebook and I think TikTok, something like that. And this is prior to NAC being a thing. And I found out that somebody had there was no mitigation for any of this in place, and somebody just stuck their personal cell phone on the corporate wireless and were having a heyday with it. Some intern walked in and just did the thing, and I was like, oh well, we should probably fix this. And that started down a rabbit hole, and that took me 8 months and I think 6 teams to get sorted out. It was great.
Let's go down another rabbit hole real quick. One of the voice phishing campaigns I did required you to be on the physical location, on the physical network for a password reset.
Okay.
And I was this close. The guy was trying to log in as me to reset my password because I made up some excuse on the phone after 2 hours of talking like, yeah, I can't come to the office. Can you do it for me? And he was trying. He was legitimately trying, but he couldn't do it. Because I had to have my computer on premise. So that is a very good mitigation technique.
Mm-hmm. Nice. The problem with that is you have people who are still working from, you have remote workers now, especially after COVID, who work in different states. So, like, what do you do with those folks? Do they just ship their machine in and hope for the best, or? Yeah, that's.
And they can't mess up. We make fun of them when they do. It works. I'm kidding.
It's always the human is the weakest link.
The human is the weakest link for sure.
Anyways, we're almost through this.
It's a slog.
Now, post-exploitation is the fun part.
That's not a very nice thing to call
Sledge.
Wow.
But once you get in, how far can you go?
Kidding.
You want to do lateral movement. So you're the attacker. Initial compromise server. You want to see how far you can get. And eventually, the end goal.
How far can I get with your server?
Or whatever their crown jewels.
Depends on how deep I can get my fingers in it.
So, like,
I almost made a joke, but it's PG-13.
Ask what the crown jewels are, because if you can get to that,
Oh, my crown jewels are there too.
Doesn't matter.
Rest in peace.
And that's part of privilege escalation as well. Trying to see how
That's
high
the white
you
man
can get,
doing
see
privilege
what you can
escalation.
see what you can steal. And then
What
comes
the
down to
fuck?
also your goals as an attacker. Do you want to just disrupt things, like be a nuisance, like deface the website? Do you want to steal stuff? Do you want to deploy ransomware?
PG-13, y'all.
You want to exfil all their data and try
Crash
to sell
Talk,
it?
you are now 2 fucks
Blackmail?
over. Stop
No,
cussing.
that was the only one. I've made sure of that. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
We've devolved. This is terrible.
Somebody else can do
This
the
is
instant
so bad.
response talk. Just don't be this guy.
We literally cannot be mature, can we?
But anyways, that's all I got for this one.
All your bases belong to us.
You got
It's
questions
all
or
your
anything?
base belong to us, not all
I
your
know, I
bases.
screwed
Yeah,
that
what
up.
is that?
I
You
know.
got
God.
I screwed it
autocorrected.
up.
First base, second base, third base. You know, it was something about that server he said he was going to get kind of far with. She has a
Oh.
All
name,
your
you know.
base are belong to us.
Yeah.
Do you
I
not
know,
know
I
your
screwed
internet
that
poster?
up.
It's
Somebody
at the
already
end of your
called me out
slide.
on it.
Own your base, owning your noobs, dude. What are you doing?
Oh my god, you look like a millennial here.
Getting
Getting them
got,
names wrong.
bro.
I mean, he
know
kinda
that.
is.
You were around when all your base happened. Like, what are
Hey,
you doing?
this is no. Everybody can relate to this. This is what happens when you finish your slides 5 minutes before they're due.
Isn't someone
Okay.
in hiring on this,
fine.
like
fine.
watching us right now?
Hey.
Don't admit to that.
It doesn't matter. As long as it gets done before the presentation is due, they never have to know it was 5 minutes before.
Like, don't
Just
tell on
you.
yourself.
I'm
Come on.
shoring up the rest of it last minute, just making sure it's all nice and pretty.
I mean, the last talk I gave at a school, I put together on an airplane on my way to the school.
My man.
But anyways, that's it for that. We can remove that from the screen.
I got my hands on when I was in college, I got my hands on
I got too many
a
monitors.
copy of Dragon, Naturally Speaking, which is a voice to text software, and so I would wait until I don't know 2 hours before my class and papers or whatever were due, and my ex-girlfriend, well, my girlfriend at the time, now very much my ex, my girlfriend at the time would get so angry and days and hours and weeks on these papers and things, and I would hammer them out in an hour and a half and make A's. It's great. But also all your bases belong to us.
Do I have to pull my head? What the hell is going on right now?
Bro, we just got all your base.
Ha ha ha.
Oh man, glad we're not copyrighting those.
All your base, all your base.
I'm okay. I miss those days, man. And we talk about. I made a reference to 4chan in 2006. Though, for those of you who weren't there, it was the Wild West. The internet was the Wild West, and it was such a different world at the time, man. Great time. Terrible times. Great times. I argue it's gotten much worse since then.
Who the hell is playing this in the background? Somebody's not muted.
It's not
your book, your talk. It was going for a second round.
Was it me? It's not me.
Stage.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I had to remove it from the stage. It was playing a second round there. Well, we kind of had this to the stage.
Hey, look, it's me.
Your base.
We just Are we just leaning into this joke now?
All your base don't belong to us. All your base, base. All your base don't belong to us. All your base, base. All your base don't belong to us. All your base, base.
See, how do you mess that up, Steve? It's all your base are belong to us.
I know.
Do you? Because it doesn't look like you did.
Like I said, last minute slide.
Hey. AI wouldn't have slopped it up that bad.
Whatever.
Get got. No. Oh man. Well, that was fun and informative. Hopefully, you got what you were looking for out of it.
I learned you can set the network adapter instead of the IP address in Metasploit.
Hey, there's a lot more cool shit you can do too.
Hey.
I read Dave's book.
When you get it to work.
And in there. Yeah. I remember back in the day, back many, many moons ago, before Kali, when I was trying to get Metasploit working on Debian and was fighting with Ruby on Rails. It was not letting me, it was giving me a real pain in the ass.
Yep, the good old
Trying
backtrack
to
days.
trying to install the damn
quieter you become,
Metasploit
the more you're
framework on
in here.
Debian. It was, so horrible.
Mm-hmm.
RVM, that was fun. Ruby Version Manager.
Yep.
So, guys, what else you want to talk about this week?
I don't know. We got anything else to talk about?
Given the PG-13 limits, we only have so many topics.
Red Hat got compromised, and Lapsus Hunters didn't drop their data.
Yeah, let's talk about that Cisco 0 day.
Well, we could do that. Let me pull it up.
The Cisco 0 day.
Somebody mentioned Cisco got
there was
popped
one
this week.
Good times.
There was
I haven't looked into it yet. Have any of you guys looked into that?
Not at all. I've been
I
busy.
can find it real quick.
I've been working on some other stuff this week. Getting to the end of the year and everything is just, you're supposed to be able to relax during the months that have the holidays.
It's Operation Zero Disco, and it was SNMP. So they're using simple network management protocol to deploy rootkits. Let me share my screen on that. And, here it is. So Trend Micro Research uncovered an attack campaign exploiting Cisco Simple Network Management Protocol vulnerability CVE 2025-20352, allowing RCE execution and rootkit deployment on unprotected devices, which impacts was observed on Cisco 9400, 9300, and legacy 3750G series. The key takeaways here are the attackers exploited the SNMP vuln to deploy a rootkit on older unprotected systems. This primarily impacted 9400, 9300, and legacy systems. The operation targeted victims running older Linux systems that don't have endpoint detection and response solutions, where they deployed rootkits to hide. Trend Vision blocks the IOCs if you have a Trend Micro solution that can be integrated into that. So it's pretty much same CVE that we covered 2 weeks ago, I think, or 3 weeks ago. That was SNMP, but it's just being weaponized and wormed, because why wouldn't you at this point?
Mm-hmm.
We have there was some good shit in This Week in Security this week I wanted to cover. Let me pull that up. Right here, I got this one. Let's get that on the screen here.
Hey, look, it's me again.
Yeah. So Klopp stole data from dozens of organizations who use Oracle e-business apps. An extortion campaign emerged last week linked to the prolific Klopp extortion group, now affecting dozens of orgs, according to Google. The hackers raided e-business suite instances, which companies use to host their employees' HR files and other sensitive business data by exploiting security bugs. There was a 0-day for this that, obviously people have just not patched because patching Oracle is a giant pain in the ass. We also have Oracle last week claiming that only a small percentage of their customers were affected, and that turns out not to be true. They really messed up here, especially by gaslighting their own customers. Yep. That was not great.
Shiny Hunters. I don't know if they dropped Salesforce. I know they dropped like six other places. They did drop Salesforce.
Yeah. So part 2 on the extortion wars, not to be outdone. Shiny Hunters, scattered Lapis group hunters, whatever you want to call them. Lapsus have begun publishing leaked data they stole during their mass theft targeting Salesforce and sales sloughed drift customers. The now published data includes at least 2 airlines, notably Qantas, which obtained a court injunction preventing anyone connected to Australia from accessing or publishing the stolen data. That means Troy Hunt can't load it into Have I Been Pwned? But I mean, that doesn't really help them from getting their data stolen from other people in the rest of the world, So luckily the Salesforce said it wouldn't pay the hackers ransom. I'm a fan of not paying the hackers ransom. I don't like encouraging them to continue doing bad things. The Fed seized the hackers' Clear website, but their Tor site's still up.
I actually have that Tor site loaded on a where I can watch it at any given point in time right now. In fact,
you just waiting. Waiting for it.
Just waiting for it. Yep.
Now loading everyone's personal data.
Yeah.
Speaking of shiny hunters, they're having a squabble. Oh, look here. Is this the one you're talking about? Does that look familiar? Latest leaks.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah. That's the 6.
Ooh, they got Albertsons.
The 155 megs that they got from Fujifilm was catastrophic, let me tell you.
Oh boy.
That's crazy. So there was an exploit that was dropped that one of these groups had stolen from the other, and I saw a guy on YouTube take that exploit apart, and it was pretty interesting.
Are you talking about the Chinese camera or a different one?
Different one. DHS reassigned CISA staff to assist deportations as federal shutdown continues. This is pretty messed up.
Is the government still shut down?
Yeah. So DHS reassigned hundreds of CISA cybersecurity staffers to other agencies such as ICE and CBP to assist with the Trump administration deportation crackdown. Those who refuse the mandatory reassignments can be fired per NextGov. That's insane. Imagine you're like a threat vulnerability researcher at CISA, and now the next day you're like loading illegal people into the back of a van. That's just insane. To expect them to be agreeable to it.
1,000% fake news. That's not happening.
It's on the freaking.
I would
Bloomberg.
I would not put this past, honestly. I would not put this past.
Yeah. Stupid subscribe.
Rip.
I can't read it because I don't have a subscription.
12-foot wall, man. Or 12-foot ladder. .io, fam.
Yeah. Working on it. Why is it It's always
Wow.
12foot.io. Is it not up anymore?
12foot.io should still be up.
It's not. It's not.
It's not?
It is not.
That's crazy. What? .12footladder.net. They changed the domain. Yeah. 12ftladder.net.
Those bastards.
Yeah.
What? Apparently I've been blocked. Well, what I did.
Lol, VPN too good.
There we go. It'll work. So, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has shifted hundreds of national security specialists into jobs that support President Trump's deportations. Affected workers have been moved from agencies including Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, Customs and Border Protection, and Federal Protective Services, with changes hitting particularly hard in CISA's capability building team. So yeah, it is CISA. CISA's being reassigned. What is that sound? Is somebody got a train in their room?
Choo choo.
Oh, I
Not
think
me.
you hear my ice maker making those fancy whiskey cubes.
Hey. I too appreciate the whiskey balls.
Wow. Sledge and his icy balls.
That's right.
Don't worry, there's pills for that.
I actually bought a fridge because I saw your fridge.
My fridge is pretty dope.
Your fridge is pretty dope. Mine's a tad different, but yeah, I bought a fridge that makes ice balls just because I saw your fridge.
So check this out. Refusing a new role would be considered grounds for termination, according to 2 copies of letters from DHS Human Resources seen by Bloomberg News. Mandatory job changes often include disruptive geographic relocations and give affected workers 1 week deadline to either accept or resign. That sucks dick. CISA is a good org. It's a shame to see them hit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go.
We just see the paywall screen.
Oh,
The bye-bye paywall.
yeah, I didn't realize that, and now I got to click a CAPTCHA again to get back to the page.
Wow.
Y'all, Clap for Your Turnstiles exist. If anyone is watching this from Bye Bye Paywall, just use turnstiles. Thank you.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
Hey, compulsory reassignments.
Mm-mm-mm.
There, this is where it says refusing the new role would be considered grounds for termination. Yada, yada, yada.
When was this published? Because that probably correlates with the shutdown. They're
Of
like, hey,
course,
go do this.
shut down.
It's like, hey, we can pay you for this, but we can't pay you for that.
It's about a week ago on the 8th.
Yeah, that correlates.
Manage engine. Neat.
Yeah, you can see that, huh?
You can stop sharing that screen now.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Hey, look, it's me.
It's you.
But it's that strong.
I genuinely love that picture. I'm normally, as much as I love to make fun of AI artwork, I really do love that picture.
I've got some cool ones myself. Frank and one of my other buddies made some really cool videos and pictures about me. I was like, actually, I'm not mad. Some of them are pretty cool.
Love that. And then sometimes you get the head in the place of the backpack we looked at last week. So, yeah, that was a good time.
It was Halloween themed, like that pumpkin.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Where's it going? Oh, I was playing with that new AI tool called Notebook LM from Google. It's pretty cool. You can get it to summarize shit for you and make like a video on the free tier.
I finally got my hardware in to build mine, so we'll find out how well it works in the coming couple of days because I had the wrong cable. I hate it when that happens. I've actually got a couple of the wrong cables because
that's why you need to have a bin with thousands of cables that you never throw away.
Well, the cables I needed were for speakers and specific power supply, but oh god, that sounded not great. My hardware came in and I'm really stoked about it, so we'll see what happens.
My hardware came in.
Hey, yours is cool.
Camera has work.
Doing bad. Doing poorly.
All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to play digital detective. We're going to pull apart a complex cyber attack piece by piece and see exactly how the experts make sense of all the chaos
we're gonna do
and
what?
turn it into real, actionable intelligence. Okay, let's get into it.
Have it do this?
Think about it. Sophisticated cyber attacks are happening constantly. They're sneaky, they're complex, and a lot of them have some serious backing. So when an alarm finally goes off, how do analysts go from a single tiny alert to unraveling a full-blown espionage campaign? Well, it takes a special set of tools. To really see how these tools work in practice, we need a crime scene. So we're going to walk through
I can make us a crime scene.
One that's super realistic and based on the kinds of things that happen every day. Let's set the stage. Our target is a company we'll call Big Pharma AI. They are right on the cutting edge of AI-driven medical research, and they're about to have
that sounds like a terrible idea.
On a new vaccine. So the stakes couldn't be higher. And then it happens.
For legal reasons, that might actually not be a joke. Please do not put
very targeted
healthcare data
spear-phishing
into just any
campaign
AI.
is hitting
Thank
their
you.
research and development department. The clock starts now.
Unless you own it.
So where do you even start?
Even if you
with
own it
something like this?
sometimes.
The very first thing analysts need is a map. A high-level, bird's-eye view of the attack. They need to see the sequence of events, from the very beginning to the end. And for that, they turn to a model called the cyber kill chain.
Wait, does
The
anyone have
cyber
that
kill
kind of
chain
data
was
half
developed
the
by
time?
Lockheed Martin, and it's a really powerful idea.
No.
It suggests that pretty much every
Okay, I was
attack
gonna say,
follows a
blue
series
teams
of
don't
steps.
tend to have
You
that
can
good
almost think of it as
visibility,
the attacker's
honestly.
project plan, laid out from
Okay.
start to finish. And as you can see, there are 7 distinct
There's
phases.
a whole bunch to be said
It all
for
starts
how
with
that's
reconnaissance. That's
Steve-
the attacker
Steve
just doing their
skipped,
homework
like,
on the
3
target.
of these phases
Then
in the
comes
presentation.
weaponization, where they build their malicious tool. Delivery.
About to
is
say
how they
most
get it to you. In our
most blue
case,
teams
that's
aren't going to know
spear
if you
phishing
do
email.
passive recon. They're
Exploitation,
not going to know the active
installation,
recon.
and command
No.
and control are all
No,
about
it's
getting
worth
in and
mentioning.
staying in. And finally,
practice and
actions on
good
objectives. That's the
But
bad
yeah,
guy
no,
actually getting what they
passive
came
recon,
for,
I
like
can't
stealing
tell you.
that vaccine data.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
here's
unless
the
the guy's
kicker.
like mega
If
obvious,
defenders
like
can break the
parks
chain
his
at
car in the
any one of
employee
these 7
parking and
spots,
takes
the
the
whole
kid
attack
around.
just
No, that's
fails.
active even.
But-
Now,
but,
this
like,
is where the kill chain
when
gets
you're,
really
when you're
interesting
looking
on a
for people
strategic
on the
level.
internet or
By looking at clues from
or
different
whatever,
attacks, things like the digital
I
fingerprint of the
can't-
malware
I
or the
can't
communication
define
protocol they're using, analysts can start to
Like,
group
y'all
them
ain't gonna
together.
know someone was
So
on
if
my
you look here,
LinkedIn
you can
staring
see
at my
intrusion
LinkedIn
1
to
and intrusion
spearfish
2
me
share some
until I
common
get
DNA.
spearfished. And
All of a
then you won't
sudden,
even know it
these
was
aren't just
LinkedIn.
random
It's-
isolated
you know
events.
you got
No, they're part of a bigger, coordinated
I-
attack.
I might know
plan.
if I had
And that
LinkedIn
starts to
Plus,
reveal
but
the
I don't.
adversary's
'Cause that
whole
crap
playbook.
costs money.
So the kill chain
Like
is great.
$40 a
It gives
month.
us the what and
Like
the
I
when.
said, it costs money.
We know the attack is in the
Yeah,
delivery
that's
phase,
cheap.
but it doesn't really
It's
tell us
cheap,
the
but I'm
how,
cheap.
does it? I mean, how exactly was that email put together? What
Not that you
specific
can
trick did
hear
they use to
because
get someone to
this,
click?
This video's
To get
still
that
out.
kind of detail, we need to zoom in. And that brings us
we'll
to
let
our
the
next
AI
tool.
talk.
This is the MIT ATTNK framework.
Oh, that's where my
If the kill
playbook
chain
went. I
is
mean
kind of
nothing.
like the table of contents for the story of an attack, then ATTNK is the full-blown encyclopedia. It's this
ATTNK.
massive, constantly updated
There's an
knowledge
N in
base
there?
of pretty much
Where?
every adversary behavior ever
Oh,
seen in the
the
real
N is when
world.
the hacker gets in.
So here's
All
the key
right.
difference, right? The
Wow.
cyber kill chain is your 30,000-foot view. It gives you those 7 big phases
Can you see
in order.
shit from 30,000 feet
MITRE
in the air? 'Cause I can't.
ATTNCK, on the other hand, is
Ground.
down on the ground with a magnifying glass. It cares less about the
That's
exact
also not that
sequence
useful.
and more
We're
about
talking
the
about
specific
cybercrime
techniques
here.
the attacker is using.
Know where you're
It's
gonna
the what
land.
happened versus the how it happened.
That's what the big
The whole
search
framework
engine
is built around these
for.
core ideas. You've got tactics. Those are the attacker's goals, like getting initial access. Then you have
Oh,
techniques.
that is,
That's
yeah.
how they achieve the tactic. And you even have sub-techniques for more detail. But what's really cool is that it also catalogs known adversary groups, linking them to the specific tactics, techniques, and procedures, the TTPs. that they use.
TTPs.
This is the problem with
I got some
AI.
TTP
You
in
can
my
do this
bathroom.
all day. You can do this all day in front of somebody, but it doesn't mean you know the hell you're talking about.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
notice.
That's
I'm noticing holes left and right
Love
in
to
here.
use. It's
Hey,
an
everyone in the
absolutely
chat,
incredible
tell us
resource.
the favorite thing
So
the
let's
AI
bring this
messed
back
up
to
in
our
this
big pharma
presentation.
AI case. ATTIC
Best
gives the
answer gets a
analyst
cookie.
thing. The
Best
whole-
answer gets a cookie unless
Hey,
GDPR says we
I'm-
can't give you
I'm
cookies.
not even saying AI is wrong. I'm saying, yes, this could pass in front of a C-suite panel, in front of a board.
I mean, it could
would
pass in
But it
front of
does
the
not prove that
normies.
you know what you're talking about. So you get your cart above your skis. So if you actually put it in the fire, you will be like, "What the fuck am I talking about?"
It's the find from far away test, the find from up close test, and the goddamn that'll pass the find from far away test.
Like, it's one of those. I mean, I guess if I was a normie, like, watching this would be like, okay, yeah, this all makes sense. But, like, the second you even ask a single question, it's like,
Pretty quickly poke. all the-
yeah.
If you're just relying on this and you don't know anything else, yeah,
There's no N in attack.
you're gonna.
Well, folks, it's been another episode of Counter Surveil, where we own the surveillance game and keep your privacy from getting owned. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to both Iron Geek and the Counter Surveil Archive YouTube channels and leave us a comment.
How did we get here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
A little premature, but don't worry, y'all. There's pills for that.
That's what
okay,
she
man.
said.
You might want to go see a doctor about it, but
You know, they do warn you about more than an hour or so. So.
it's 4, isn't it?
It's 4 hours when you're a guy.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Wow, y'all have all the fun.
I'm just sitting here rolling. Oh god, that was.
Just
good.
see her rolling, and it just cut the second I said something bad about the AI. I'm like, oh god, is Gemini coming for me too?
They're hacking us again. They're hacking us again. It's anonymous. You guys remember that, don't
Yeah.
you?
That was good. Oh, that was brilliant.
That would have been the play. Honestly, you should have pulled one of those out. That would have been great.
Yeah, but we don't have all of our videos on this account.
No, but we could have. That would have been a hell of a callback. Honestly, that would have been a hell of a callback.
We do have all our videos on this account, and I shall inform you later.
Ooh, hey, look, love that.
Yay! So we can roll our own
All of
fucking
them.
VPN again.
Oh,
You want to protect your precious data from the prying eyes of your ISP, the NSA, and your nosy neighbor? Well, good luck with that. But if you insist on not being a sheep, roll your own fucking VPN is the way to go. First, go buy a VPS. Don't worry, it's not like you're renting a server to host your illicit activities. Or are you? Then, install WireGuard. It's like setting up a secret underground bunker for your internet traffic, but without the risk of being raided by the feds. And the best part? You get to deal with all the fun of configuring your own VPN. Who needs user-friendly interfaces when you can spend hours debugging config files? Just generate some keys, set up your server and clients, and voila! You'll be encrypting your traffic like a pro. Or, like a script kiddie trying to hide their torrenting habits. So why pay for some overpriced VPN service that's just going to sell your data anyway? Roll your own fucking VPN. It's like DIY for your digital paranoia. Trust me, it's a blast. You'll be the envy of all your friends who are still using public Wi-Fi without a VPN. Losers, roll your own fucking VPN. Secure. Fast. Pain in the ass.
Love that video so much.
Yes.
That is one of the best jokes to come out of this podcast. 1000%.
Yep, rollyourownvpn.com does exist. It's actually not a Rickroll.
Not yet.
What? No, don't do that.
I mean, that would be funny.
Rickroll your own VPN. There you go. That's it.
Rickroll your own VPN.
No one will know you got Rickrolled if you use the VPN.
I am not buying another domain.
Crouch Dog.
Not today. We're not doing that today.
Crouch Dog.
No more. We don't even have websites up on any of the domains we've got.
Yeah,
I've
domains, dude. Y'all got to use those first.
I have used them all. They're all Rickrolls.
Jesus Christ.
All of them are currently redirecting to Rickrolls.
We're gonna have to get the website back up too. That's definitely in the list of
I need to actually figure out how to get the Rickroll off. That's actually been the problem because I've pushed the code, but Cloudflare seems to think we're still in Rickroll mode.
Rip.
So still working on that. My bad.
Yeah, let's talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
Also, hosting your VPN in a non-Five Eyes data center. Yep. Or better yet, hosting your VPN in a Five Eyes data center, then doing a container escape and going to gather some data you're not supposed to see.
Or better yet, hosting someone else's VPN in a Five Eyes data center and then tell them it's not.
There you go.
Save money and get people you don't like arrested.
Secure. Fast.
Safe.
Pain in the ass.
I can't call it secure, but I can call it fast and a pain in the ass. 2 out of 3 in that case.
I love that video so much. Oh, God.
Right.
Okay, well, this
So-
has been kids.
I think
Come on,
we should
guys.
call it quits.
Yep, let's call it a night.
That's got Sledge really wants to go home.
Bro's hungry.
Well, folks, it's been another episode of Counter Surveil, where we own the surveillance game and keep your privacy from getting owned. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to both Iron Geek and the Counter Surveil Archive YouTube channels and leave us a comment. We don't take sponsorship.
We've got a Discord too that's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
We are now available on Discord. This is a thing that we have now.
Yep. So if you want another useless Discord, join.
I would say go to the website and join the Discord, but
Oops.
Somebody who's got the Discord up, paste the link in the chat.
There's probably a Discord link somewhere.
I'm not going to get it now. So
Did the video die? Is that what happened, or did we just?
No, we're still rolling.
No. The end video that you were playing. How did that? What did we?
It didn't work for some reason. It cut off halfway through. Anyway,
Good.
I'm going to hit play outro and end stream.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.